legend of Cassius Clay, the most beautiful fighter in the world today. I'm the champion of the world.
I've spent way too much of my life preoccupied with Muhammad Ali. You know, thinking about him, talking about him, watching him, listening to him, reading about him.
I am the greatest.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cassius Marcellus Clay. He's young, he's handsome. They know it. He's a poet, a prophet, and many people believe he'll be the next heavyweight champion of the world.
Moving in on London. Fuselage of Muhammad Ali. London goes down. The fight is over.
He was leaning back and away from punches.
Cassius Clay, you gotta remember, is the greatest fighter that ever lived, in and out of the ring.
Changed the face, not only the face of his game, but the face of the world. He was a legend, a hero.
Read about Mother Nature out of thin air. A fantastic combination of power and beauty.
And he combined that velocity with the power of the heavyweight.
And he was the greatest of all time because of what he did outside of the ring.
He predicted the round that he would knock somebody out, and then he would do it.
He wins by a fourth-round knockout, as predicted.
Well, he was my hero, which makes me one of hundreds of millions on the planet.
The greatest man I ever met. To say he was the greatest boxer is a put down. He was bigger than boxing. He was bigger than anything.
Getting a standing ovation from some 70,000 we estimate in attendance here. And I just turned 22 years old. I must be the greatest. I told the world, I am the king of the world. Hold it. I'm pretty. Hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. I shook up the world.
His greatest power was his presence.
Yeah.
And I wish everyone would have gotten a chance to meet him.
As an 18-year-old, Cassius Clay won a gold medal at the 1960 Olympics in Rome. After the Games, he and his swaggering mouth turned pro.
I'm only bold and cocky before and after fight.
Let me see you close your mouth. Just keep it closed.
Well, you know that's impossible.
No, keep it closed.
You know that's impossible. I'm the greatest.
In the following 4 years, the now 22-year-old Cassius Clay had amassed a 19-0 record, knocking people out left and right.
Ripping punches by... Round 5. And I think this is it. The court, the count has come in.
Unbeaten in 19 fights and still known as Cassius Clay, as he trained in Miami Beach in the winter of 1964 for his first title shot.
To earn a shot at the title and face the champion, Cassius took matters into his own hands.
Clay had started a harassment campaign against Liston, trying to force a fight.
I'm gonna hurt you, you crazy. I'm gonna hurt you till you fight me.
The whole situation finally came to a head when Clay approached Liston at the Desert Inn in Las Vegas. Liston was in no mood to be harangued by the mouth from the south. Drawing a gun, Sonny fired, frightening his young tormentor into a hasty retreat. The gun was filled with blanks.
Virtually no one thought that Cassius Clay had a chance to beat Sonny Liston. Certainly Sonny Liston did.
He was your worst dreams. He was the guy when you owe your bookkeeper and you didn't pay, they sent Sonny Liston after you. He was Dr. Death.
I know a lot of guys that completely collapsed when they used to see the guy. I saw Liston knock a guy's teeth out with a jab.
Sonny Liston was one of the scariest presences on the sporting scene ever. This was a guy who had been arrested probably 100 times. He was a strong-arm man for the mob.
And he had this very forbidding and intimidating, utterly hostile manner about him.
At the weigh-in, he went berserk. He was stomping his cane on the ground and wandering around and shouting and screaming, and we all thought it was fear.
I predict that tonight somebody will die at ringside from shock.
Sonny Liston's eyes widened. because nobody knows it then, but the only thing Sonny Liston was afraid of was a crazy person.
He wanted Sonny Liston to think that he was a crazy person.
Like a butterfly, stay like a bee. Hey, brother, young man, brother. Hey.
That night of February 25th, 1964, Clay's moment of truth.
When he stepped into the ring, he was so much bigger than Liston. We hadn't figured it out.
Liston wanted to give the image of being invincible. My guy was bigger.
Stop punching and step back. Good luck. Shake hands.
The heavyweight championship of the world from the right-hand corner.
From the opening bell, Clay's strategy was evident.
He's chasing, and Ali is moving backwards. And when it first happens, we think he's afraid.
He used his superior speed and footwork to stay away from Liston.
Whoever determines the geography is the guy that's going to win the fight.
Liston had the mentality of a bully, and when someone stood up to him, he just completely fell apart.
Cassius Clay was relentlessly punishing Liston with his rapid defenses and a barrage of powerful punches.
Some magical moment, the eyes of Cassius Clay start burning. That was similar to something that had happened in a couple other Liston fights.
Poured the water into his eyes, trying to cleanse whatever's there. Before I did that, put my pinky in his eye, and I put it into my eye. It burned like hell. There was something caustic in both eyes. What the heck, let's face it. Biggest fight of his life, and he's blind. He can't see.
Something on the gloves they're complaining has got into his eyes. Clay isn't putting up much defense because he's saying all the time, I can't see, I can't see.
I knew Muhammad had him when the guy couldn't do nothing with him. He's teeing off on him with his best shots.
Muhammad Ali's eyes started to clear and began pulling a number on Liston again.
Halfway through the round, kid reacts, gone. Liston had no shot. In the sixth round, when Liston went back to his corner, Liston was a beaten man.
And what's happened? Clay has won! Clay has won! Clay is the new champion of the world!
So great, I don't have a mark on my face, and I upset Sonny Liston, and I just turned 22 years old. I must be the greatest. I shook up the world. I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
Cassius Clay became very close friends with Malcolm X, who was an African-American revolutionary, Muslim minister, and human rights activist.
Is your friendship with Malcolm X? He's a friend of yours now. Yeah, he was a brother. He's my brother. Whatever you do, he's my brother.
Cassius Clay publicly aligned with the Nation of Islam, changing his name from Cassius Clay, which he called his slave name, to Muhammad Ali.
Cassius is not my name no more. Officially Muhammad Ali now. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad means worthy of all praises, and Ali means most high.
Which are names to fit us black people, and Clay was a white man's name. It was a slave name. And I'm no longer Clay, I'm no longer a slave, so now I'm Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali and Sonny Liston met for a rematch.
Up the ring stairs, and he's being booed.
I call it the anchor punch, and people couldn't see it. It was so fast. Sport Illustrated clocked they got a slow motion camera. They clocked the punch, and the punch flew at 4/100ths of a second. It was 4/100ths of a second, which is an eye blink, like a camera flash. That's 400ths of a second. Now, the minute I hit Sonny Liston, all of those people blinked at that moment. That's why they didn't see the punch. And I said, all right, I'm getting ready to hit him. You can't just, you got to hold your eyes and wait, or you won't see it, man.
You must be on boxing position and just have a little dance like we're boxing, and just for 1 second. I have to time it. And for 1 second. Like this.
This is our lead. He became my hero.
He's been my hero since I was probably 9 or 10 years old.
Sometimes he's showing off. Just an amazing fighter.
At the sound of the bell, Pharrell will catch hell. I'm not saying this just to be funny, but I'm fighting Ernie because he needs the money. So when the fight fans come to the fight, be cool, don't run. I guarantee the fight will go over one.
Yeah, I'd like to say something right here. You know, Cassius Clay, yes.
You want to say Cassius Clay when Howard Cosell and everybody is calling him Muhammad Ali? Then why you got to be the one of all people whose color to keep saying Cassius Clay? Why don't you call me my name, man?
Well, what's your name? You told me your name was Cassius Clay a few years ago.
I never told you my name was Cassius Clay. My name is Muhammad Ali, and you will announce it right there in the center of that ring after the fight if you don't do it now.
Heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali enters the ring. He's the dancing master. He's the ring magician. He's the champion who has been labeled the fastest moving heavyweight in the entire history of 1 century of world heavyweight champions.
Say something right here, you know. Cassius Clay.
Naturally so. Don't you agree? Then why you got to be one of all people whose color to keep saying Cassius Clay?
We have 30 seconds to go.
I think Clay.
Why don't you call me my name, man?
Well, what's your name? You told me your name was Cassius Clay a few years ago.
I never told you my name was Cassius Clay. My name is Muhammad Ali, and you will announce it right there in the center of that ring after the fight if you don't do it now.
What's my name?
Once again, it's Muhammad Ali, undisputed world heavyweight champion. A man who ranks with the greatest heavyweight champions of all time.
In 1965, tens of thousands of U.S. troops are heading for war in Vietnam. Backed up by B-52 bombers, helicopters, and napalm, many expect the Viet Cong guerrillas to crumble in the face of unstoppable U.S. firepower.
In 1967, the Vietnam War was raging, and with the assassinations of Malcolm X in 1965 and Martin Luther King in 1968, it left a deep void in leadership during the civil rights movement. The people was in need of a new role model to look to for guidance. Muhammad Ali emerged as that figure. Already being a global boxing champion, he wasn't afraid to challenge the system. Ali became a voice for empowerment, and his actions inspired people to find strength and courage during one of the most difficult eras in history.
What about your unpatriotic remarks that you made?
You said you were the people's champion?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that you're acting like a people's champion?
Yes, sir.
Former world heavyweight champion Cassius Clay refused to take the oath of induction into the Army. The black Muslim fighter, who is also known as Muhammad Ali, was immediately stripped of his title by the World Boxing Association.
He refused induction on the grounds of his religious convictions on war.
My conscience won't let me go shoot my brother or some poor hungry people in the mud for big powerful America and shoot them for what? They never called me nigger.
It took an all-white jury less than a half hour to find Muhammad Ali guilty of all charges and specifications. He was sentenced to the maximum, 5 years in prison, and was fined $10,000.
He's a disgrace to his country, his race, and what he laughingly describes as his profession. He has been found guilty. He is out on bail. He will inevitably go to prison, as well he should. He's a simplistic fool and a pawn.
You my enemy. My enemies are white people, not Viet Congs or Chinese or Japanese. You my opposer when I want freedom. You my opposer when I want justice. You my opposer when I want equality. You won't even stand up for me in America for my religious beliefs, and you want me to go somewhere and fight, but you won't even stand up for me here at home.
Three years after losing his boxing license, Muhammad Ali was exonerated.
Ali here today a victim. The Supreme Court exonerated for refusing military induction.
His first fight back was against Jerry Quarry.
Well, my feeling is I just have just a short time to get ready. And I have been off a little over 3 years, and 6 weeks notice is almost impossible time to get in shape.
Well, I don't think it'd be part because I don't think anybody took the title away from him in the ring, so I think we're fighting for the title.
3.5 years ago, Muhammad Ali coming up with his handlers here.
This was Ali's return to the ring after a 3.5-year exile.
The time he was out would have been great. It would have been watching a master at work because he had reaches, full proportions, full maturity. The world never got to see the best of Ali. What you got was plenty, but you didn't see the best of it.
The fight between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier was one of the most highly anticipated sporting events in history. It was dubbed the fight of the century.
I want to make one prediction. I'm not calling around. I predict that when I meet Joe Frazier, this will be like a good amateur fighting a real professional. This will be like a kid out of the Olympics meeting the fastest heavyweight champion that ever lived. This man will be completely outboxed.
You got time. You got time.
This will be no contest. That's all I want to say.
All right, what do you say, Joe? What do you say to that?
I'd say he's nothing but a bunch of noise. That's all. You're not fighting Quarry. You're not fighting Oscar Bonavena, you're not fighting Sonny Liston, you fighting Joe Frazier.
Everybody knows that's not the point. Don't let him obligate
1 to 10, you be out there. I wouldn't bet you be out there.
Bundini Brown.
After he had taken all that time off, and his body just looked different. The thing about Ali was that if he wasn't training for a fight, he wasn't working out. So he didn't spend those 3 years lifting weights and running hills and fucking hitting the heavy bag. He wasn't doing anything.
Undefeated in 31 bouts, scoring 25 knockouts. Here is Muhammad Ali. Undefeated in 26 bouts, scoring 23 knockouts. The heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
I mean, he doesn't look anything like he used to look.
He still had some pretty big fights at the end.
Yeah, he did, but he was never the same guy.
Two undefeated fighters in a battle of the century.
You cannot say Muhammad Ali without saying Joe Frazier.
The fight lasted all 15 rounds, with both fighters trading devastating punches.
That fight felt like a movie. Just two unstoppable forces colliding.
The distance, do you, the way it's going now?
Well, I don't know. They've gone through 8 rounds, Bert.
In the last 7 rounds, Frazier upped the tempo and landed a devastating blow that almost knocked Ali down. In the 15th round, the unthinkable happened.
Maybe with the loser. There it is. Round is over. Who retains his heavyweight title.
Champion of the world, Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier.
The question on everyone's mind was whether Ali could ever be the fighter he once was.
And when I do come back, if I ever do, I'll have more of a hunger and determination, which is something you lose in the intoxication of so-called greatness.
Muhammad Ali, I am told, suffered a broken jaw in the first round. It is a tired Ali and a hurt Ali. 7 points, Norton. 5 points, Ali. There it is. There it is. One of the greatest upsets again in boxing history. Muhammad Ali, he has a broken jaw. He is a beaten man, and he is a broken fighter. And so all of the millions of dollars that loom before him with a Foreman match or a Frazier rematch are suddenly gone. What was once a very great fighter becomes now part of fistic history in all probability.
After suffering the second loss of his career, Muhammad Ali rededicated himself to his training with unmatched intensity. Determined to avenge his defeat, he faced Kenny Norton in a rematch and secured a hard-fought victory by decision.
To the winner, split.
With Norton behind him, Ali turned his focus to an even bigger challenge, the long-awaited rematch with Joe Frazier.
Heavyweight champion, Smoking Joe Frazier. Mr. Muhammad Ali. The winner by unanimous decision is Muhammad Ali.
There it is, the winner by unanimous decision, Muhammad Ali.
George Foreman had annihilated everyone that stepped in the ring with him.
I had beaten everybody that Muhammad Ali had lost to.
Frazier again. He has Frazier in the corner. It's Frazier's knees. He is down in City Arena. From George. Another. Frazier is down for the 5th time.
You get to be heavyweight champ of the world. I've defeated Joe Frazier, had one title defense, and everyone knew that I had beaten the best in Joe Frazier. No doubt about it, I had beaten the best.
You wanted to kill Ken Norton in your fight with him.
People had something to say about that. I said, you know what? I'm gonna kill one of these fellows, then they'll shut up.
Norton goes down again. Hold on. No, he doesn't. He's a rubbery as a left hand goes to the side of his head. And a left jab and a vicious left sends Norton crumbling to the canvas.
I think that Muhammad, like Joe Frazier and all these guys at this stage, can only do what I let them do. And I'm not intending to let them do much.
Foreman had an aura of invincibility that overshadowed all of his peers with one exception.
Ali was the only one not afraid of George Foreman.
The whole world will have to bear witness that Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time.
If Muhammad Ali want to fight me and the promoters are willing to put up $5 million, to be honest with you, I'll fight 20 Muhammad Alis at any given date for $5 million.
But he says now he can stick and run and beat you.
Well, he'll definitely have to do it to beat me. Stick and run. I'm going to be running him through the jungle.
He's the one on point. Round 2, back out with the stick. Dancing, faking, using that reach, getting in there quick. Pops, I can do that quicker than him. He's more of a... 7, 8 rounds to be puffing. He'll be breathing. I'm a 7, 8 round man. I'm used to going 12 rounds. I think it's befitting that I go out of boxing just like I came in, shocking the world by beating a big, bad, ugly monster that nobody could beat.
I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. Fast. Last night, I cut the light off my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Why are you all looking so scared? Look like you're going to the funeral. I'm the one fighting. George Foreman. You didn't believe in all the stuff you've been reading about how hard he hits. When you get out here, if you're afraid, just smile. I'm not gonna win the fight if I went out thinking like you. Damn George Foreman.
And here comes the Ali people out of the dressing room, and all of the questions will be answered. This is an awesome power of George Foreman against the violent boxing skills of Muhammad Ali. And there you hear the sound of Ali Kumaye. He's getting a standing ovation from some 70,000, we estimate, in attendance here. Is tonight, there's a full moon out. And Ali is getting the people to chant, Ali Bomaye. That means Ali kill him.
This guy is the closest thing to a human monster I'd ever seen before. He was certainly the scariest boxer.
Thank you, Joe. Look at this now as they stare. Muhammad Ali beginning to talk to George Foreman.
Just before the fight, I'm looking at it. I said, sucker, you are in trouble tonight. You are fighting the greatest fight of all times. You heard I was the greatest, like you just said you heard this, now you see it. I said, you said I was the greatest, but you're gonna see. I'm fast, sucker. I'm gonna burn you up. You are fighting your idol.
So the stage is set. We're just about ready to begin. Round one, the heavyweight championship of the world at stake. That is so devastating. The tremendous left hook going to stop Ali. Here we go. Ali quickly across the round. Lashes out with a straight right hand coming on the left.
You knew that the one weakness in this monster was thought of as unbeatable was his stamina.
But a straight left jab.
The first round, all of us yelled out, get off the rope.
Ali stands back, ties his man up.
And he would just say, shut up, I know how to do it.
You wouldn't call that round for Ali?
Foreman tries to work the body. None of those punches are doing any damage at all.
Starting second or third round, when he went to the ropes, he was calling Foreman all kinds of names. Any name of ugliness you can think of.
I talked through the whole fight. I said, come on, sucker. I said, show me something. They told me you could hit hard. You're just a sissy.
Look at him whispering in the ear of Foreman by that blow. Continues to talk, continues to taunt.
The rope adults was something that was invented by Muhammad Ali that night.
Works downstairs, goes downstairs. Here's anyway.
Careful.
Vicious right, thrown the body of Ali. Foreman with that right. Ali's backs him up in his...
It got to be up maybe the 6th round, and I could say, whew, man, where's the air conditioner? I could hardly breathe in Africa that night. Muhammad, tough guy. He took those shots and ever spoke more. Show me something, George.
Oh, I grabbed his head sometimes and I said, look at you. Round 7, and you're tired. You have 8 more rounds to go.
George Foreman seems to have nothing left at this time.
And now we have reached a point where George Foreman's only had one fight this long since February 1970.
I think he's going to try to take this fight and then try to knock him out.
Do you think Foreman is in that bad a shape?
He's just throwing him. He's breathing. I said, oh, you finished, boy. You are in trouble. I said, you don't have but 2 chances, slim and none.
Another sneaky right hand. This time he...
The most fast right hand I've ever not seen.
The shoulder of Foreman. Muhammad Ali has done it. The great man has done
it. The Thriller in Manila is among the greatest fights of all time. It was the 3rd and final confrontation between Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali.
October 1st, 1975, the last historic confrontation between Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali, the largest closed-circuit TV audience in history, was treated to one of the greatest fights in heavyweight history.
They still think Joe Frazier can beat me. The fools still think that chump Joe Frazier can beat me because he went the distance twice and it ended up on a close decision. I'm going to give him a real whooping, and I wrote a short poem. It says it will be a killer and a thriller and a killer when I get the gorilla in Manila. That's right. Come on, gorilla. We in Manila.
The Thriller in Manila was the 3rd and final fight between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. 14 rounds of relentless action, Frazier's corner stopped the fight, giving Ali the victory.
The doctor comes up and looks at Frazier. I think it's going to be over. It's all over.
I'm so tired, I don't want to do nothing. My hips are sore. My arms are sore. My sides are sore. There's a great possibility, fellas, this might be my last fight tonight. A great possibility you probably saw the last of Ali. I want to get out of it.
You told me 3.5 weeks ago, one more fight, that you'd had your full of it. One big fight, a lot of money, and that was it. Now there are more fights in the offing. Why?
Well, because I've changed my mind. I feel that I can go another few years. The fans want to see it.
In Ali's last few fights, he wasn't the same as he once was.
There's been a lot of speculation about your condition. There was a suggestion, for instance, that there was brain damage.
He never should have fought after his... No. He should have retired after Foreman.
Yeah.
Because the beatings he took thereafter... And in fact, Verdi Pacheco was no longer his doctor.
Oh, really?
No. He was like, this is so unethical. I cannot be involved.
You watch his fight with Larry Holmes. Tell me you don't think that he endured brain damage in that fight.
Going about his business, and Ali is not responding in the like that's not arguing.
Stop the fight! Angelo Dundee wants to stop the fight. As a technical knockout.
Dr. Stanley Fahn, a neurologist specializing in Parkinson's, was the first doctor to diagnose his condition. It was 1984.
In 1984, 4 years after his fight with Larry Holmes, Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's syndrome.
Well, I have what they call Parkinson's syndrome. It causes a tremor in your hands and it affects the speech. So all that old talk, I'm the greatest, I have to slow down now.
Ali used his platform to raise awareness about Parkinson's and became a global ambassador for humanitarian causes, traveling the world to promote peace and philanthropy. Though his health declined over the decades, he continued to inspire through appearances at significant events, including lighting the Olympic flame at the 1996 Atlanta Games, a moment that highlighted his enduring legacy despite his visible struggle with Parkinson's. Ali passed away on June 3, 2016, at the age of 74, leaving behind a legacy of resilience, activism, and unyielding spirit. The world will remember him as the greatest there ever was, in and outside of the ring.
At the end of your life, what would you like people to think about you when you've gone?
I'd like for them to say he took a few cups of love. He took 1 tablespoon of patience, 1 teaspoon of generosity, 1 pint of kindness. He took 1 quart of laughter, 1 pinch of concern, and then he mixed willingness with happiness. He added lots of faith, and he stirred it up well. Then he spread it over a span of a lifetime, and he served it to each and every deserving person he met.
Muhammad Ali